I'm currently in Vancouver, British Columbia, with over 20,000 other tech professionals for the annual Web Summit conference here. Look, not only is it obviously a fantastic opportunity to talk to people and to find out what the concerns, what the challenges, what the opportunities are around the technology industry, but it's also an opportunity to put some questions to some of the industry's leading figures. According to the Harvey Nash Tech Talent and Salary Report, there's increased pressure on leaders. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to speak to them and ask if they're feeling that pressure or whether they see it as an opportunity. Because it's not just engineers who have to understand how to use these AI tools to the max. Technology leaders are the tip of the spear, and they need to show that they have the same level of proficiency.
I am a pretty good developer. I wrote the first few lines of Tailscale, right? But like my designs come out way better after a night of arguing with Claude than they ever would have been on my own, right? And so everybody just like, it gets better. And so you're kind of wasting an opportunity if you don't learn this stuff, because it's really easy to learn because it's just a box where you type your question, right? Like what is there to learn?
Yeah.
Right?
I thought leading from the front would be the most fun. It wasn't always practical. With AI, that has helped quite a bit in that regard. And so I've just used it as an excuse to be like, there is no excuse to not be doing this myself, to not be building every day. You know, I'm consuming as much Claude code as the next person in the company.
Given the proliferation of technology, do you still feel ahead of the curve?
Day to day, that answer would change. So I think yesterday, I was playing with something in the hotel room where I said to somebody on Slack afterwards, I felt like a caveman that had just discovered fire for the first time because I'd prompted something. I got to something through Claude that I'd been building for the last week, and I was like, aha, it's clicked. And at that point, I felt fantastic.
Do you think there's an increasing amount of pressure on some of those roles as
absolutely.
well to be proficient on the tools themselves?
Of course. And that's why I would say that the profile of CISOs I'm seeing at tech companies are also changing from more of a compliance background to actually more of a builder background. So using the 1Password CISO, my colleague Jacob DePriest, as an example, he was an engineer by training and eventually led the SecOps team at GitHub, where he was their deputy CISO. Before that, he spent about 15 years at the NSA building security products. He can't tell me what they are, but we can assume they were security products for the agency, right? And so that's just a very, I would say, different profile, but increasingly now the more mainstream default profile for CISOs. I myself, I would say, it actually fit between product and engineering because I've also been a product leader in my past. And so I was a founding product manager for Rubrik back in the early days when we all fit in one office in Palo Alto. Also led the data security and data protection products at AWS. And so that I'm also finding within tech companies to sort of be that, the merge of the CTO and CPO, especially for more technical products, is becoming more prominent. For example, you can see that at companies like Vercel. You can see it at other companies where, you have to have product taste because you are building for that end customer, but also have that technical background to understand, okay, how do we build it scalably, right? How do you design a reliable platform to serve these end product capabilities?
Do you feel any pressure to stay ahead of some of that tech yourself? Are you having to use it and to understand it yourself so that you can be, I suppose, positive in how it's being used as an innovative force within your own organization?
Absolutely, and this is where, as a CEO, I have to question, a lot of the things that have taken me to where I'm at now, because I know that like the next 5-10 years is going to be even more transformational. So I have to question all of these old skills that maybe I have that I now need to build new ones, and it's also trying things out myself. I mean, you got to lead from the front in this era that we're in right now.
I think from talking to a number of leaders here at the conference, what they're expressing is there is no excuse now not to build. Not only are they the face of an organization, they are the tip of that spear when it comes to engineering. And that reflects a broader shift around the board table from being someone who is an executive to a builder profile. And I think for digital and technology leaders right across the industry, that builder profile is the thing that they now need to think about when it comes to their own personal profile.